G'day viewers, today in my blacksmith shop I'm going to forge a belt end cutter from this piece of old trailer spring. First I'll go and cut it out, but I won't film that, that's just noisy angle writing. I've cut out the blank for the belt end cutter from the leaf spring. There it is. I've taken the liberty of knocking the corners off the leaf spring with a flat wheel on the angle grinder because leaf springs have curved edges for a reason, and it's to stop the spring from cracking as the steel is quite brittle. So we'll get it in the heat and we'll start drawing it out. This spring material is only 60 millimeters wide, and I'm going to need this 80 to 85 millimeters wide, and I'll show you how that's done. For the noise of the blower, but you can't make a fire as hot as this without a blower. Got the piece of steel nice and hot. I'll start drawing it out. Alright, now already we've gone from 60 mil to nearly 70 mil wide. A thin piece of steel like this doesn't hold its heat for very long, so it'll take quite a few heats to get it drawn out. We'll get to the 80 millimeters that I want on this heat. Nope, not quite. Nearly there, but not quite. Alright, here we go. Last heat, hopefully. Alrighty, we're right there at 80 mil. Now I'll take another heat and I'll planish the hammer marks out of that and make it flat and smooth again. Alright, I'll change to a lighter hammer to smooth out the hammer marks. Finishing can be done with the steel not at red heat. We're not moving steel, we're just squashing down the hammer marks. There we go, there's all the hammer marks removed. Next step will be to get it hot again and use the swage block to bend it into the U shape that we need for the belt end cutter. Alright, Alright, now I'm going to knock it down a little bit with the hammer. This will take a couple of heats too. Too cold to do any more. Back in the fire we go. Righto, I'll push it the rest of the way down into the groove. Just like that. Alrighty, I think that's pretty even. That should make a nice end on a belt. Perhaps a little bit of touching up. A little bit of touching up to make the curve a bit rounder, but we're just about there. Well, it's some time later. The normalising process is finished with. I've cleaned all the crud and scale off the belt cutter. Now it's time to start grinding. I won't grind it completely sharp yet, but I'll get it fairly close, because after that's done I'll have to get it nice and red hot again and then quench in oil to harden and then temper it. Well, there's the rough grinding done. Now it's back to the forge and get it hot and harden and temper it. Alright, I'm going to quench the belt cutter in oil to harden it. Keep it moving around. Alright, now I'll grab a piece of sandpaper and quickly sand the edge on that. It's getting a bit warm, so I can see the colour draw back from the heat further up the handle of the cutter. When I can see a straw brown colour, I'll quench it and cool it right down. There it is. Well, there it is. I'll give this another rub on the wire wheel and we'll go and cut some leather with it. Alright, here's the moment of truth. We'll see if the newly forged, hardened and tempered belt end cutter will actually cut some leather. Got a piece of 40mm wide veg tan leather that's 4.5mm thick. We'll see how this new tool cuts. Cuts quite nicely actually. A little bit of a dag on one end. There we go. Done, tool proved, another one to add to the toolbox. Thanks for watching.